Rock choir founder Caroline Redman Lusher is on tour visiting her choirs around the country to try and persuade more members to come to the Wembley concert.
Would you mind if I talk to you about Wembley? Hopefully I'll see you at Wembley!
So far, only half of the 10,000 tickets have been booked.
The deadline for them to tell us they're coming is at the end of March, it's the end of this month. It feels like it's a long way away, but it's not. So, that's a bit of a concern at the moment.
Today, she's off to the West Country.
1, 2, 3,
For 6 months now, Michael Childs has been juggling his plumbing job with running choirs in Bath, Bristol and Cheltenham.
Don't worry about lyrics, because there's only "Oh Happy Day, oh Happy Day, ye oh happy day. When Jesus washed, oh happy day." You've learnt it, that's it.
We're going to have a chat with him today about rock choir and those plumbing. We've all had to overlap the career we had before with rock choir, but of course it's not ideal.
Michael's a very busy man. Typically, he works a 50-hour week plumbing, followed by 5 90-minute sessions running his choirs. And that's not including travel time or seeing his kids.
He gets ribbed enough about it, choir master. You know, it's just a bit different, isn't it? You know, it's not your usual plumber. Can I bang this in now, can I?
Like many artists, Michael has certain rituals he likes to go through before each performance.
I normally go into the men's loo and just prepare myself mentally. Tell myself I'm going to be good. I'm going to be a tiger.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's sounding good.
With almost 300 members in his West Country choirs, Caroline feels Michael should be earning enough to quit the plumbing and focus on rock choir full-time.
We were talking about membership and whether he could give the plumbing up. He did promise me he'd give it up, or at least calm it down.
Plumbing or not, Michael's obviously doing something right. Singers are now flocking to his choirs from as far afield as Wales. 66-year-old John Bennett makes the weekly trip to Michael's Bristol choir from Cardiff.
I come over this bridge every week and I have to pay £5.70 to get home. Not that I'm grumbling. £5.70 to go back to God's country can't be bad, can it? One of my kids said to me, he said, "You must be mad. How far is that journey?" I've never really thought about it, to be honest with you. Just get in a car and go, because it's part of what I want to do on a Tuesday night, which might sound a bit daft, to the tune of 120 miles a week. And the first time that I sang my bit in Something Hillside So Strong, it was just... And I have to say, it gets me like that every time I do it, and it has done this morning as well. It's just very, very emotional. That's the beauty for music, isn't it? It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what your gender is, your background, anything like that. Music just transcends everything. Damn right I'm going to Wembley. I wouldn't miss it for the world. In fact, I cancelled some holiday to go to Wembley. But that's not a problem.
Caroline and Michael head to Cheltenham for his next session.
I think Caroline's concerned about my workload at the moment with both plumbing and rock choir.
You do understand why, though, don't you?
No, well, I'm not intending to do both from September. It's not something possible, is it?
No. You can do the odd bit.
Yes, yeah.
No, maybe over Christmas do one toilet.
One toilet.
Unblock it.
Possibly.
And then get back to rock choir.
Yeah. One U-bend.
Yeah, do a U-bend.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3 U-bends a year.
3 U-bends a year.
And then we'll stick with that.
Yeah, a couple of taps and 3 U-bends.
Well, you're adding taps in now.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably a bit too far.
No, just U-bends.
Just the U-bends.
Okay.
That's decided then. Good.
Okay.
So that's sorted. Back in Farnham, there's good news.
Exciting times.
Wow.
Caroline's tour is paying off. They now have enough bookings from the Northern and Scottish choirs to go ahead and book the Rock Choir Express.
Well, everything is a logistical nightmare, but we've got Avril and she sorts everything out.
Avril is Caroline's long-suffering PA.
It might be a few sleepless nights and another 100 whiteboards possibly, but we'll get there, yeah.
Caroline's on her way to the south coast. And what better way to pass the time than to listen to a little bit of Cliff Richard.
Brian, up in Wakefield, is desperate for rock choir to do some Cliff Richard songs. And I said I would go and research it and look into it to see whether it would work for rock choir. Specifically, Lucky Lips.
You got lucky lips.
Brian collared Caroline on her visit to York.
Hiya.
Brian.
Brian.
Nice to meet you.
He'd like to see rock choir broaden its repertoire.
I love 60s music, in particular Cliff.
And he thinks his idol Cliff fits the bill perfectly.
I don't know, it's sweet. It's sweet that it's a really sweet song. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Caroline's in Bournemouth, on the last leg of a 3-week tour of rock choir. And there's no escaping a certain Swedish supergroup. Everything seems to be coming together for the Wembley show.
A few days ago we were at 5,000 seats booked, and now we're at nearly 7,000 seats booked, so there's clearly a big kind of push going on, so very exciting. From the White Cliffs of Dover to Edinburgh, Glasgow, they're all singing Waterloo. Yeah, exactly the same, that's how it should be. All right.
The choir draws singers from all across Dorset. The sleepy village of Shapwick is home to 43-year-old Wendy Swan and her daughters 11-year-old Selina and 20-year-old Steph.
I heard about rock choir from a friend. I sort of went along to the taster session. It was a bit nerve-wracking. At the time I was very withdrawn and I just didn't know how I'd feel within a group.
In 2001, Wendy underwent treatment for a brain tumour.
And then I was lucky enough to have breast cancer in 2006 and then in 2010 again. So someone's desperate to take me somewhere, but I'm not going. It's been difficult to be a good mother. It's been difficult to have a brave face, and it's been difficult to not just say, leave me alone. You know, it's been difficult not to let them see my distress.
I think we're both really scared when my mum was going through all of the treatment and in the hospital, and just worrying if she was okay all the time.
I've tried all the therapies. I've tried everything from acupuncture to shiatsu. I've done it all of it. But nothing's affected me quite so much and brought me out of myself quite so much as singing in rock choir.
Definitely say that it probably gives Mum a release, singing. Takes her mind off the bad things and onto the good things, and she just forgets everything that's happened.
I know that I can make it, but you're doing me wrong, so wrong.
It's a way of me getting rid of the pain and the trauma that I've been through. Do something that really sounds beautiful and you feel like you're contributing to this group.
Something inside so strong.
I don't want to leave my children with horrible, traumatic memories. I just want to set an example for them, and I want them to be proud of me.